So yesterday I got 2 PMs about this. Last week I know I got a few PMs about this. The week before I know I got a few PMs about this. So I'm going to make this official video to give my stance on these 2 particular questions that I keep on being asked by a lot of people. So the first question is Luffy, current Luffy, is he Admiral level with the Gear 4 ability? That's number 1. Number 2 is, can Gear 4 Luffy be an Admiral? Those are the 2 questions, generally speaking. And, like, they have their variants, but those are 2 questions. And the first question is a very obvious answer to me. So this is my official stance on the matter at hand at this point in time. Number 1, is Luffy Admiral level? The answer to me is yes. I think the fact that he can not only tango with Flamingo, but in some cases actually outpace Flamingo in his Gear 4th form, I think is clear to me that Luffy in this form is Admiral level. Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd, they have their ups. Gear 2nd is like, it's a mode, whereas Gear 3 is more so attack augmentations. So in Gear 2nd, is he Admiral level? No. In Gear 4, is he? Yes, I think he is. And I'm pretty sure I'll put him on like the low Admiral level. Like, if you want to have, because Admirals themselves, they're not all created equal. Because Aokiji lost to Akainu. Where Kizaru fits in there, I'm not too sure. Fujitora, again, I can't be too sure as well. But we know that Aokiji lost to Akainu. Therefore, all Admirals are not created equal. So, this ties into the next question. Can Luffy be an Admiral? And my response to that is no. No. Because, here's the way I see it. Luffy, in his Gear 4 form, he has the obvious benefits of power, of speed, of durability up the wazoo, as well as other features. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. But Luffy, I would put him in like the low Admiral. Like, if you're taking Admiral, take in like 3 quadrants. You have high Admiral level fighters, you have mid Admiral level fighters, and then you have low Admiral level fighters. Luffy Gear 4 is around low to mid. Whereas someone like Flamingo, if he's fresh, he's mid. Because I think that Flamingo could actually beat Luffy if he was fresh. If they're both fresh, Flamingo's beating Luffy. Because Luffy had a lot of assistance when he's fighting against Flamingo. Because it's One Piece, you have to consider the fact that when it comes to one-on-one matches, a lot of times it depends on how the abilities counteract each other. I.e., Luffy against Enel, Rubber nullified his lightning. Therefore, he had a massive advantage. So, here's the thing. Luffy, I have noticed, he seems to have, like, even though his main affinity is for Conqueror's Haki, he seems to prefer Armament Haki over Observation Haki. And this, I think, is kind of a problem because some fighters need to utilize Observation Haki to an extraordinary degree in order to actually perceive the opponent. Kizaru being one of them. You need a shit ton. You need OD Observation Haki to perceive Kizaru. I.e. Rayleigh. Rayleigh was a master at using Observation Haki. Alright? He was a veteran of the game. Luffy, he uses it, but because he only knows the basics, at least for that. When it comes to Armament Haki, I can no longer say that he knows like just the basics. Because when it came to Gear 4, he used Armament Haki in such a way to where it's kind of like, this is not just the basics. Like it's something else. It's something greater than the basics. But Observation Haki, in order to perceive the speed of light, you need to have OD Observation Haki. So if I'll make it like, so again, the Admiral tier, high, middle, low, Kizaru, Akainu, I'm putting on high Admiral level. I'm putting guys like Flamingo, Fujitora, Aokiji perhaps, Green Bull, no idea. But those people are going to be mid. Luffy, I'm putting low mid. Because Luffy, I think, he could tangle with these fighters. He could tangle with Kizaru. But Kizaru, at the end of the day, is going to beat him. I think Luffy, more so, is like Marco level. Like, I think Luffy and Marco could actually have a very good fight. And who would win between Luffy and Marco? Not too sure. Not too sure. But he could actually beat Jozu. Because Jozu, we know that he actually couldn't move when Flamingo did the strings on him. But Gear 4 Luffy could actually break those strings. Diamond Joe's couldn't. So Joe's would be like bottom Admiral level. Probably like high Vice Admiral level. And Marco would be low mid Admiral level. Luffy's in that same low mid. Like, he's not as powerful as Flamingo overall combat ability wise. But he can definitely tango with Marco. I don't doubt it at all. So that to me is where I see Luffy. I don't think he's beating current admirals like Fujitora, like Green Bull excluded, like Kizaru. Aokiji, I still think could beat Luffy at this point in time. I still believe that, honestly, because even though Aokiji is a solid base Logia, so he's not liquid, he's not like energy, he's not gas, he's not like a Logia, like his intangibility is not like to that degree. I've seen Akainu kind of like liquefy to avoid hockey attacks. Kizaru, we've seen it time and time again. For Aokiji, it's much harder to do that because he's a solid base Logia. He does like pre-crack and shit in order to avoid like Whitebeard's attacks. But when you have someone who is like Gear 4 speed Luffy, who can blitz Flamingo from like across a mountain, it's like, bro. So that's how I see it right now. That's how I see it. So Aokiji would struggle with Luffy, but he can still ultimately beat him. Like, very hard difficulty. Akainu, Kizaru, Fujitora, they're going to struggle, and it's going to be difficult, but not as difficult as Aokiji against Luffy. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So, that's my stance on it right now. But currently, I have to note that because it's One Piece and fights vary greatly from fighter to fighter, because Luffy doesn't have good enough arbs rich in hockey, he's going to have a problem with people like Kizaru who move at the speed of light. Just say. So, I'm done. King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe, have a nice goddamn day, and give me your thoughts on the matter at hand.